new hair.
Oh, thank you.
You got rid of the blonde highlights.
Yes.
The blonde coloring.
Yeah, like the Ken doll blonde
Yes,
that
yes. And now you've got kind of this sandy sort of blonde. It's a great color. I don't know how to describe the color, though.
Yeah, like a dark, dirty blonde.
Dirty blonde.
Yeah.
What is a dirty blonde? It sounds very bad.
Right. So this is a very common way of explaining blonde hair. There is like platinum blonde.
Yeah, which is like almost white.
Right. Then there is like honey blonde, which is a yellow.
Blonde.
There is a sandy blonde.
Sandy.
Which is a little like grayish blonde. But this is not quite brown. Not quite blonde. It's in that middle between blonde and brown, so we call it a dirty blonde.
Oh, wow. I did not know there were so many different shades of blonde.
Yeah. I guess, there are a lot of blonde, probably, because there's like strawberry blonde.
Yes.
Where it's like
which is kind of
almost red, almost blonde. Yeah. So there are a lot of different types.
Yeah. In Korea, we've got like dark brown, black brown, black.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Black
don't have
brown.
too many variations in colors unless you color your hair.
Yeah, unless you actually do the actual dyeing.
Okay. Very good.
Mm.
Okay. So today we are talking about snoring. Please stop snoring, Cameron. I'll sleep in the guest room. So we talked about how a lot of couples have separate rooms because of the snoring issue. Here are some interesting expressions that we're going to cover. If you wreak havoc, and the spelling is quite unique, wreak, W-R-E-A-K, and then havoc is H-A-V-O-C, wreak havoc.
You're causing a lot of trouble. You're making a lot of problems.
Okay. How about wake the dead?
This is to be very noisy.
Okay. In someone's best interest.
This will benefit you. Okay. This will be good for you if you do it.
All right, very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our snoring dialogue. So, what did your doctor say about your snoring?
Well, he said I should try to lose about 10 kilos. Otherwise, my snoring could wreak havoc on my overall health.
Is there anything else you can do?
He suggested I sleep on my side and buy an anti-snoring mouth guard.
I can't wait months until you lose weight. Your snoring is so loud it could wake the dead.
Then I think it's in everyone's best interest if I sleep in the guest room for now.
Let's take a look at our power dialogue on page 62. So Gia says, so what did your doctor say about your snoring? And what does Howard say?
Well, he said I should try to lose about 10 kilos. Otherwise, my snoring would wreak havoc on my overall health.
Okay. So that is true. It is a fact that if you are overweight or if you're, kind of on the bigger, that it can cause snoring. Snoring could wreak havoc to my overall health. So if your snoring could wreak havoc, it can do a lot of damage.
Right. It can do a lot of damage. It can cause a lot of problems. And I believe originally this wreaking havoc was about like people going into a city and destroying the city.
Wow.
Like invaders in a war.
Yeah.
Just like going and wreaking. Like, think of like the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Whenever the barbarians, the Germanic tribes from the north, I think that was the Visigoths. I don't know my history. But they went down and they just like destroyed Rome.
Yeah.
That would be wreaking havoc on Rome.
Right.
And in the same way, now we use this expression to talk about wreaking havoc on your health, wreaking havoc on your personal life. If you're, your job is so busy, you're not able to have friendships. So it can be used in a lot of ways to say cause a lot of damage.
That's right. So it's not just damage, but it is causing severe damage.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty big. And Gia says, is there anything else you can do? And our power pattern is there anything else?
Yeah. Do you have any other options? So in this case, we're kind of talking about, option A doesn't look good. Is there option B? Is option B available?
Yeah. Or when you're ordering, a server could say, is there anything else? Just period.
Right. I completed A. Now what is the next thing?
Yes.
Anything else? Right.
Or is there anything else you want to do? Maybe you're touring a city and you did all of these things. Is there anything else you want to do?
What's next on the
list?
list?
Or is there anything else you want to eat?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a phrase to ask for different options or more things.
What does Howard say?
He suggested I sleep on my side and buy an anti-snoring mouth guard.
Okay. So the doctor said two things.
Yes.
Sleep on your side. Or buy an anti-snoring mouth guard. And buy an anti-snoring mouth guard. So what is a mouth guard? And I've used this before because I grind my teeth. Yes, I used to do that quite a bit. What is a mouth guard?
So a mouth guard, they're pieces of rubber that you put in your mouth to most often protect your teeth. So these are the things that boxers put in their mouth. Yeah. So that even if they get hit in the face, they don't lose their teeth, right? When I played American football in young, when I was very young, we had to have mouth guards because you're tackling and you don't want to get your teeth knocked out.
Yeah.
But apparently there is a mouth guard that you put in when you sleep. And what does it do? Does it change the shape of your mouth so that you don't?
Well, for me personally, I think maybe there are different types of mouth guards. I'm not sure, but the one that I used was because I was grinding my teeth. And so it was because it wears on your enamel, right? It wears on your teeth. It kind of messes that up. So that's why you put the mouth guard in there. And I wonder if I need to get it again. I stopped using it. So I don't know. When you're sleeping, you don't know.
Yeah.
How do you know what you're doing?
They have phone apps where you can record yourself.
True.
So maybe you might be able to hear yourself grinding your teeth.
Maybe I should do that. Okay. So mouth guard is that. And what does Gia say?
I can't wait months until you lose weight. Your snoring is so loud, it could wake the dead.
Okay. This is a bit of an exaggeration.
Yes.
Okay. It's so loud. Something is so loud that it could wake the dead. It can wake them up. It's a fun expression.
Right, yeah. So this wake the dead does mean that you're so loud. And I often, you can't just use this for everything. This heavy metal music is so loud, it could wake the dead.
Right.
We often do not use it in that way.
Yeah.
This would be most often for snoring or... So this one time, there was an accident where my friends and I were playing baseball.
Yeah.
I was very young. And someone swung the bat, and the person behind them was too close. Hit them in the face. And the child that got hit, I was there, screamed. So, and you know when children scream and it's a real pain?
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah.
That would be a type of scream that you could say could wake the dead.
Okay.
Because it's not just a loudness.
Right.
There's a certain... almost fear involved with it.
Right.
Yeah, so those types of sounds might also be able to say, wake the dead. The child was fine, by the way.
Oh, thank goodness.
There was bruising, but nothing was broken.
My goodness.
But I can still remember that scream, because that scream could wake the dead.
So as seen by these two examples, we can't just use this expression for any loud noises.
Yeah. The airplane overhead
could wake the dead.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Even if it's really loud.
Okay.
It would have to be maybe even it's Saturday morning and there's construction outside.
Yeah.
And there's that jackhammer.
Yeah.
Maybe that you could say wake the dead. But there are only certain noises that we use this with.
Good to know. All right, so then Howard says, then I think it's in everyone's best interest if I sleep in the guest room for now. Okay, to be in one's best interest.
Yes.
Yeah.
This means could benefit you.
Yeah.
This is your best option, your best choice. So it would be best if you did this.
Okay, so he's saying that really, to benefit everybody in this house, it would be good for me to sleep in the guest room. So I will do it for you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll come back and give you more examples. Let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
So, what did your doctor say about your snoring?
Well, he said I should try to lose about 10 kilos. Otherwise, my snoring could wreak havoc on my overall health.
Is there anything else you can do?
He suggested I sleep on my side and buy an anti-snoring mouth guard.
I can't wait months until you lose weight. Your snoring is so loud it could wake the dead.
Then I think it's in everyone's best interest if I sleep in the guest room for now.
It is time for Power Note. Please join us on pages 64 and 65. We're going to give you some example sentences, how we can use the expressions that we just learned. Wreak havoc means to cause a lot of trouble, a lot of damage. Big problem.
Yep.
Okay. The termites have wreaked havoc on our wooden porch.
We're going to have to call an exterminator to get rid of them. Yeah, so if
They
you
can
have
do
any
that.
wooden kind of structures, those termites get in there and just eat
They
it all
sure
up
do.
and make it very, it could break, it could fall at any
Absolutely.
moment.
It's interesting because in Korea we're used to like the concrete apartments, so we don't have that sort of termite. I guess in the countries, like if you have like a wooden house, sure, that can apply. But in America, especially like in LA, because of the earthquake, a lot of houses have, wood. So they can kind of sway.
Yeah.
So they wreak havoc. So when a house is covered, you know that it's like a termite problem.
Oh, yeah, they put like that big tent
They
over
put a
the
big
house.
tent over the house.
And they like pump smoke into it to kill those termites.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So it can wreak havoc. The weather wreaked havoc on the city's plans for the Memorial Day parade.
Oh, goodness. Have you, sometimes like we have big parades in the U.S. where they have those giant balloons.
Oh, yeah.
And if the day is too windy,
oh, no.
it can wreak havoc on that parade.
Sure.
Because like the balloons start flying away. And these are like huge balloons.
Yeah.
And they just you see them like floating off into the sky.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And because of climate change and all the flooding and all of these natural disasters, it is wreaking havoc in so many people's lives.
Yeah.
Like floods can wreak havoc on a whole city,
Right.
Right.
Well, it doesn't even have to be, these are great like weather examples, physical examples.
Yeah.
So some of these could be like health.
Yeah.
So it could be even so much, maybe you work in a factory and it wreaks havoc on your back.
Yes.
Maybe you're bending down and picking up heavy things all the time. So your back just is in a terrible state.
That's right.
Because,
That's right.
of all that heavy lifting.
Last month we did an article or dialogues about black mold, and that can wreak havoc on your health as well.
Yeah.
So those are great examples. Let's move on to the next one. Wake the dead. It's so noisy or disruptive that it could really just be... It's just really noisy.
Yeah, it's a very dramatic way.
Very dramatic.
But like we talked about, there are some specific ways that it's used. And I think in both of the following example sentences, it'll become clearer later. But I think that these conversations happen at night.
Okay. My neighbor is so noisy on the weekends.
His music could wake the dead. So I feel like this is someone playing heavy metal music at like 2 a.m.
Right.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
If it's in the middle of the day, for some reason it feels a little weird.
Yeah.
Personally, to say wake the dead.
Right.
I feel like it has to be at night.
It has to be at night or like early in the morning.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of situation. Can you kids be quiet? You'll wake the dead.
Again, I think this is at night.
Yeah.
Like the kids are playing video games and the parents are trying to sleep.
That's it. You see, so in both these situations... if it's during the day, well, everyone's already awake anyway.
Right.
It's the effect of this expression doesn't quite work. But when you're like, need to sleep.
Yes.
Or when you need that quiet, that's when you wake the dead.
Yes.
I was just going to, that baseball bat
Yeah.
accident?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one time when I was in elementary school, I think I was in 3rd grade, my 3 fingers, my pinky, my middle finger, and the ring finger, it got stuck in the door.
Of like a car?
No, of just a like apartment door. And my friend shut it. And boy...
did you let out a scream that could wake the dead?
I was crying and screaming like
Oh my gosh. Did you break anything? Was it...
Well, all my nails fell out. It just turned black and blue.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just have to tell you that story. That will really make you remember this expression, wake the dead. It woke the dead.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my. Okay, in someone's best interest.
This is the best thing for you to do.
Okay. Do you really think I need a lawyer before I sign this contract?
It would be in your best interest to have a professional review it.
Yes. So it would be in your best interest. You don't have to.
Right.
But it would be beneficial for you.
Yeah.
It is that feeling of like, it would be in your best interest is kind of that feeling like you don't have to.
Yeah. It's not like legally
it's
you
not
don't
required,
have to. But if you're smart, you would.
That's it. Okay. It's in your best interest to wear a seatbelt on an airplane.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't, the seatbelt sign is off. Or sometimes people ignore the seatbelt sign.
Right. It's true. Like when you take off and when you land, yes, you have your seatbelt. They make sure that you do. But during the flight, like people don't like to have it on.
No one's checking, but...
They say you should.
You never know when you're going to hit like really bad turbulence.
Yes, yeah. Right. Okay, so it would be in your best interest. I strongly suggest it, but you don't have to.
Yes.
Power pattern. Is there anything else I can get you?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like? So more on top of what I just did.
Right.
Is there anything else I can get for you today?
So you already did one thing for them. Now you're going to do something else.
Right.
Is there anything else you need from the store? You gave me a list of 50 items. Is there anything else you need?
That's right. And don't forget the ice cream. Okay. All right.
What kind do you want? What flavor?
Okay, our power vocab is mouth guard. Do check out the definition on page 66. And do stop by.
오디오 학당.
Why do we need to do that?
Because for a small monthly fee, you can gain access to so many great shows on EBS.
That's right.
And shows that are only on 오디오 학당.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yes, that's right. They may not be on the radio, but there are shows that are only available there.
So it's a whole new world there,
okay,
a whole new universe.
Good. All right. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.